Hi, everybody. It's Josh Jordan, the co-designer and publisher of Singularity, the new role-playing game that's up on Kickstarter that is a transhuman dating sim for 4 to 6 players. Today, I want to introduce you to a fun consciousness. He does not like to be referred to as a human being, which fits well into our game, and that is Thomas. And Thomas, I should have asked you how to pronounce your last name because I'm about to butcher it.
It could be pronounced as anything, Josh. Just so you know.
It's more
No,
of a
it's Novosel. It's Novosel. It is something.
Good.
But
so Thomas, you fit in as into this particular project as the layout artist, and we have been talking behind the scenes about your contribution to the game. But maybe we should just put your face and your mouth noises in front of the people so they get to know what is it that you're excited about for this particular project. What are some of the things you're planning?
well, Josh, thank you for asking. Things that I'm excited about. One, it's science fiction. I haven't done science fiction before, and I'm really excited about that. I love science fiction. Two, from the images that you've shown me, it is literally it's not those old school games that people talk about. It's like the second generation old school art style of, we took a picture and we just imported it into bits, and I have some ideas for stuff I'm excited about it. So
Cool.
but
yeah, I found you on Google Plus, I believe. It was one of those friends of a friend of a friend situations, and I saw one of your art styles. I was originally thinking like, oh, this would really match with this really crazy OSR game that I'm kind of sort of working on. But then talking to you a little bit, I found out that you do layout too.
Yep, that sounded like a little bit of cross promoting right there.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
No, that's yes.
But that's every day.
Yes, no, that was not even a plug because this game is like third on my wish list of things to create.
Okay. So it's the one that's at the bottom of the list that maybe someday it'll get there.
Yes. So I may be calling upon you again.
Feel free to on Google Plus or wherever. Magic.
So what kind of layout stuff have you done? You have a game on your website, I believe.
Oh yeah, I have a nano game on my site. It is quite impressive. It was one of those things. I saw hey, look, this tells you how much time I spend on Google Plus every day. I saw someone write 3 nano games in 1 year. Use this many words. And I think it was some Nordic LARP game designer.
Yes.
And yes, you did it too. I think. And I went to bed. I had a marvelous dream that I forgot. And then I wrote a nano game about that dream. Nice. And just so to be clear, having a dream about hirelings is the weirdest experience in my life. Yeah.
Cool. So yes, I believe that was, not that it's necessarily pertinent to Singularity directly, but that's a buddy of mine. His name is Ole Peder, and I'm going to butcher his last name, but it starts with a G. So the theme for tonight is I don't know how to pronounce people's last name, but he's a cool dude, and yeah, he encouraged us to make at least 3 nano games this year. So I got to see that on your website, and Caitlin Bell, my co-designer, and I both thought that and a couple of samples you sent us, like, you're also good at layout. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's only what I spend every day doing for fun. It's not like it's even a full-time job. I just end up doing a new layout every night just for practice because I'm addicted to InDesign.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the part of game design that I hate the most, so I'm glad that you exist.
I'm glad that people like me exist too.
Good.
Because that's how I get inspiration. From Pinterest.
Cool. Nice. So what we have talked a little bit about Singularity, like the actual book and the layout. Of those crazy half-baked ideas I gave you, are there any of them that you feel comfortable sharing or translating into actual layout person talk? Like, what are some of your plans for this game?
Man, actual layout person talk. Okay. All right. Plans for this game. First off, you remember those big boxy old computers that, like, if the sun went on them, they turned yellow?
Mm-hmm.
Think of those fonts.
Okay.
And think of kind of like how they were stretched too much because they had more sideways pixel, like their pixels felt rectangular when you looked at them.
Mm-hmm.
I really am shooting to have and capture that kind of feeling, but not have it disjointed, as in, like, I don't want the text to seem like, oh, it's in this white space on the page. No, it's going to be, everything is worked around pointing your eyes to that text. So if there's like a key quote or something, pull it out, blow it up, and have everything point in that direction.
Okay.
Because that should really shine. At the same time, those beautiful, beautiful colors. Gonna use them, but not the gross ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so. It's the we probably won't make the cover that yellow computer color that you're talking about. Although that's a funny idea. It just had like it'd be a
it would
monitor.
print great.
Yeah. Cool. So you said you like sci-fi, and you were telling me earlier that you like the idea of transhumanism.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us what you like about it?
Okay. Transhumanism is, in my eyes, the literal breaking down of any label and any barrier that it's literally dissolving preconceived notions. From meeting one person, like going to the airport, you see people and you do that, like you do that game without even knowing it, of like, oh, this guy goes to this place. He's obviously a businessman. He's probably a lawyer. I can tell by his really leather jacket or whatever. Which I hope no lawyers wear a leather blazer. But transhumanism to me is the literal dissolving of having preconceived notions, because if someone is able to be in any body that they want, you can no longer look at them and assume something based on their body, because you know full knowledge that that was not their original form, and their original form could be that, but it's probably not. So it suddenly becomes you're more aware naturally. You're not actively aware. You're naturally aware that everyone at some point can be broken down into something that's exactly the same, and they can look like whoever they want. Because at the end of the day, we're all exactly the same. So,
yeah. That sounds good. So, how does that translate? I'm interviewing you about my game, and you're giving me all the right answers, so I will just continue. It's perfectly fair you say. I don't know. What do you think, Josh? But how does that work for something like a dating show game? If we're all exactly the same, and you can't judge somebody by the way they look, does it make sense to you, this crazy idea we have that let's look at that in a dating show format?
Oh, yes, it does. Because, second, let me try to find the right word to describe it. Dating shows are entertaining. This game looks like it's meant to describe something in an entertaining format. That's what games are. That's what they're meant to do. They're meant to entertain. However, designers have the crazy idea of teaching people things subtly. Like, if you teach someone something without them knowing it, you've succeeded in being a teacher. So in a dating game, I'm imagining where they have that big thing. They have 4 chairs, and then they have the 1 chair with a wall in between. And then they have their dates, and they have the dates do whatever they do. So you have little to base it off of at first, is what comes to mind when I think of dating shows. But then you actually go on a date with them, and you get to see the disconnect between appearance and what they say, because people will still lie. Because if they say, I am very, very outgoing, and then they turn out to be turns out that they're just a box, and they're not going to let anyone inside to know, like, saying I'm very outgoing, or contestant 2 is outgoing, has dated a lizard or something. You're going to have a disconnect at some point, and it's fun to explore those, explore how you bridge over that disconnect so that you can let someone understand that the way you are is perfectly fine. Even if you chose a body that's this way, it's a reflection most of the time of your personality, and then wherever the heck you are in life. But that if in transhumanism kind of stuff, when I think of it, if you get to choose your own body, it's also a reflection of if someone is literally made of tons of little robotic bugs crawling all over themselves, they want themselves to look disgusting. Let's be honest here. They want themselves to look disgusting at some level, or they believe they are disgusting. If you can successfully get to the epilogue and be like, my date has decided to, the one I've chosen, has decided to no longer have bugs all over. And suddenly we see this shiny and chrome metallic body, whatever. That's whatever. You've bridged the gap over a body that they have chosen that is reflecting some part of themselves. Cool. Whether someone made it that way or whether they chose to be that way, you bridge that gap, and you have even if you lose, you're still trying to grow as a character and explore that character. It's not like role-playing games aren't meant to win.
I don't know. Those are fighting words in some parts of the internet.
I know. Oh man.
I'm not necessarily going to disagree with you, because I think they don't have to be meant to win.
That's a better way of saying it. They don't have to be meant to win. You can write it to be made to win, but I think everyone wins if you have fun. So
yes.
I'm that person on Reddit.
Yes. It's like, yes, the football teams, one of them wins and the other one loses, but if all of the fans have fun, then
the fans have fun. I mean, even complaining as a fan is fun. Let's be honest here. If you watch sports, you love losing at the same time. You don't want to admit it, but losing, you get to yell at people and everything. So you get to be frustrated, and it's allowed. But
so to bring it back to you, and not to make you uncomfortable, how awesome me and Caitlin think you are.
This is all about me.
Where could people go, besides keeping an eye on the Kickstarter page, to see some of your stuff? Like
some of my stuff. Oh man. Well, www.thomas. Is it dash? Is that what it is? Dash. It's on the same key as the underscore. This is the future, and we use keyboard still. It's actually a digital keyboard. It's implanted into my eyelid, so I can type when I'm sleeping. But so thomas-novosel.com. That's where I keep my portfolio. It's also where I write. I'm trying to be consistent in writing game reports. And that's my main thing. Besides that, I write games too. So orbitabovegames.com. Her. But
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I like Runaway Hirelings.
I'm still trying to get people. Like I'm trying to find people so I can record a video and put it on YouTube highlighting like what it actually sounds like to play it, because writing something that's really short you can't really break those preconceived notions of a game because they'll assume, oh, what do you mean the entire dungeon is based on the player's memories of a game that they haven't played?
Yes.
But
cool. Well, you have hopefully given people some idea of where to look for your stuff, and also the reason I hustled you on here in the first place is so that people could ironically enough associate a human body to the concept of Thomas Novosel.
Oh man, you should see me when I play and run games. It's I am literally high octane energy. But
all right, well, thank you, sir, and those of you
wait, I want to say something.
Oh, go ahead.
You should totally play Singularity. Oh wait, it has to be funded. Just saying. Just winking a little bit. Just like I'm probably gonna beg you to run it online. How would that work? Actually, that would be interesting. How would that work? Change like pictures and stuff. But okay.
Yeah, bring a puppet. Something. That's what this gesture means. But
yeah, well, I'll bring socks.
Yes, we'll bring socks. Yeah. Well, again, thank you, sir. And
thank you.
If people want to help us out, then A, go support the Kickstarter, but B, point people towards Thomas and his stuff. Go see what his game is like, and then when you see how pretty it is, you could come back and say, I would like 60 to 70 pages worth of that.
Yes, do it.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.